What's up, Insta? How y'all doing? I hope everyone has been doing well. I'm going to be reading out of Hidden Treasures in Secret Places this morning. And you guys are going to get the sneak peek that's going to come through here on Instagram. So I record this every single day. However, I don't do an Instagram live with it every day. What's up, Dahlia? What's up, sis? Love you, miss you. So I'm going to be reading out of this book today, and I read it every single day, and it actually goes right in hand with what the hell is going on in the world. So please take very careful, pay very careful attention to what we are going to be talking about today. All right, I'm going to get this song started. Let's see. Give me a sec. Sorry, it's on a little advertisement. Yep. Yep. Are we ready, y'all? My bad. I know you do, girl. Alright, let's do this. Alright, what's good, Anchor fam? Makija Kesey here. Good morning, everyone. I'm looking forward to reading this amazing passage that we got today. And today's is April 5th, day 95, reading out of Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. So this one begins with, and this is super, super fucking awesome. I actually absolutely love this one. It says, if we want our lives to change, we have to change our minds first. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Do not beat yourself up if you're not where you want to be yet. Set your mind in a place to make changes and enjoy your process and your progress. Our life journey is a journey of process, progress, and change. All three. Process, progress, change. If you're not doing all three, you're going backwards. We have seasons of life that can be dramatically different from the ones before. Be encouraged by the positive progress that you see in yourself, no matter how small it may be. And remember, God is faithful to those to finish the work that He has started in you. I love this freaking one because change is the name of the game. Who out there is not willing and ready to change? Be honest with yourself. Are you willing and ready to change? I'm waiting because I want you to really answer this question. If you're not, then like she says here, you have to set your mind in a place to make changes and enjoy your progress. So the way I found to do that the easiest is to, one, know what the progress is that I want to make. Or one, actually, just to know that I want to make progress, period. I want to make progress. I want to make something happen. Right? Once you get to that point, you're good. That is the acceptance point. From there, all you have to do is keep your ears and eyes opened to the possibilities of that progress and change happening. And the resistance that you put toward it is only going to push it back farther. For example, you want to have a healthier, better diet, right? So you're like, look, I know that I need to make this change. I know I need to make this progress happen. Cool. You've come to that point. The next thing is you start to see and notice more people, maybe on your social media, maybe in your daily life. You're like, oh, damn, they work out quite a bit. Or they eat like this. Or, they're keeping themselves healthy by doing this. You see all these things, but you don't even take one of them and use it to your advantage. That's what I'm talking about in creating that friction and resistance. Your mind thinking, oh, it'll work for them, but it couldn't work for me. That's an automatic feeling and thought that we all have, and I know that for sure because I live it every single day. It's so hard to really understand and believe in yourself to be able to do something that someone else is doing that you think they're doing it better than you. It's just hard, and I know that, and I'm sorry that's the fact that life is the way it is. We have to change your mind. Life is not going to change until this part changes. Change is the name of the game. What's up, Auntie? All right, so I'm going to end it up here at this one. God is faithful to finish the work that He started in you. Remember that, and don't give up on yourself. All right, new part. Let's get it on. Sorry about that. All right, so section 2 begins with your feelings can block God's blessings quicker than anything else. And if you don't learn this, you'll never walk in the victory. Feelings are fickle at best. They are one way one day and another way the next day. We're not supposed to live our lives according to how we feel or think. We're supposed to live it by doing what's right. Feelings don't always tell the truth, and what you think is not always correct. Live your life by always doing what's right, no matter how it feels. Do what you know is right to do. It's hard. It's difficult. It comes with friction. It comes with battling. And it is something that people don't want in their lives. People don't want to do what's right because it's hard to do what's right. It makes sense to do what's right, but it's hard. People don't like the conflict, people don't like the resistance, and people don't like friction. I've noticed that so much. Friction is a problem with people. It's a big problem. Friction comes from miscommunication most of the time, right? From your own motives and intentions being protruded out there in a way that you may have not intended them to. For example, I seem as though sometimes in the morning I have an attitude. And it's not because I have an attitude, it's because I just woke up, there's things on my mind, and the way that I said something has come out incorrectly. That's my fault. I need to own that. However, if what I'm saying is correct, then that's where change comes into place, and where I need to then adjust my tone, adjust my thought process in the morning to be like, okay, is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Is the way that I'm thinking actually putting out the vibe and the intention? Is my intent actually coming from my heart, my soul, and from Yahweh, or is it coming from a place of animosity, of bitterness, and of turmoil? We're not supposed to live our lives according to how we feel or think. We're supposed to live our lives by doing what's right. If we feel like, let's take, I want to go here right now. Let's take abortion, for example. Who here feels as though abortion should be legal or should be fine to do? Right. So the problem is they, as scientists and as doctors, have not yet figured out when life begins, right? They know all this other stuff, but they can't figure out when life begins. Is it right when the sperm and the egg meet? Is that when life begins? Is that the reason why people don't want to have abortion? Or is it maybe 2-3 weeks after those sperm and egg meet, the heart is created, and the mind starts to develop itself inside of the mother's tummy? That's a hard question to answer, right? But the way that you look at it and the perspective is going to have the ultimate effect on it. So that's where the way you feel and think comes into play, into being what's actually correct. So I hope that made sense to you. If it didn't, I'm sorry, and please listen to it again, because I'm sure if you hear it a second time, you'll start to hear the little pings and the diamonds that are in that, because I know what I'm saying is absolutely 100% true in the side of doing what's right. Auntie, we are talking about this book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, written by Ms. Velma Hagar, and that is going to be the end of today's April 5th, day 95. So I stopped the recording on the Anchor podcast, but for you all here, I just wanted to put this down one more time. If we want our lives to change, we have to change our minds first. Change doesn't happen overnight. That's 100% true. It does not happen overnight. You make tiny, tiny changes overnight and every single day, as long as your mind is ready for those and is able to attack them and handle them in the way that they're supposed to be handled, which is the right way, which is the respectable way, which is the loving way, which is the righteous way. Also, your feelings can block your blessings quicker than anything else. And if you don't learn this, you'll never walk in the victory. Feelings, feelings, feelings. As women, we feel so much stuff, it is almost impossible to keep up with. We don't know if we're feeling something from 3 weeks ago, yesterday, 2 days from now. We have no idea. It's very difficult. So as a woman, and all the women out there that are watching this, I give to you my blessing in being able to, being able to address your feelings for what they are. And understand that just because you feel this way now does not mean you'll feel this way in even 1 minute from now, 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now. Feelings change. Like she said, they're so fickle. You feel one way one day, you feel crazy the next. Yesterday morning, I was all about listening to, what type of music was I listening to? Just chill, like nice, steady music. But this morning, I'm in a rock mood. Like, for whatever reason, I feel like rock and roll is this morning. So that's what I mean. Like, go with the feeling. Go to ride with the feelings is a good thing. However, if they're leading you toward the wrong things, if they're leading you toward a path that is not good for you, such as people who have issues with addiction, you feel great when you take this drug or when you're drinking, However, the aftermath is not a good fucking result, and that's the end of it. We all know that, right? We all know the end result. So why then do we still take that path? Why? I don't know the answer. I'm just putting out questions for you guys, and I hope that everyone here starts to learn a little bit more about me, and that I'm one of inquiry. I'm one of asking questions, of figuring out where the people's minds are, the people who pay attention, where your minds are. And I want you to figure it out yourself. I ask questions because I know that these questions I'm asking are ones that are asked either very frequently or not asked at all. And when they're asked very frequently, you don't get the digest that you want. You get a nice plain Jane little, oh, nice quote, nice quote. It's amazing. It's incredible what questions will do for you. Question everything. Question what I'm saying to you right now. Because that's what's going to give you the power that you deserve. That's going to give you the power that you've worked so hard for your entire life. Why are you going to waste your power on someone else's mentality? That is destructive. Absolutely destructive. I pray that every single one of us can start to hone into our own brains and our own mind and our own soul in connection with our higher power, and be able to project the things that are out of love, out of kindness. I pray that on everyone. And I pray that if you don't pray, that you start to pray. Whether it be to yourself, whether it be to your mama, whether it be to your daddy, whether it be to Buddha. I don't care who you pray to. You just need to begin praying. You need to be forgiving. Right? Forgiveness. My God. I ask for God for forgiveness every single day. I ask forgiveness for myself every single day. And it doesn't happen at one time. It's a gradual experience. But it's getting less and less and less over time. It's getting less and less because of the fact that I do it every single day. If I didn't do it every day, it would take me a year to get the forgiveness that I can get now in a month from myself and from Yahweh. Yahweh forgives instantaneously, but for me to forgive myself takes much longer. So on that path to becoming a righteous, divine, godlike being, which I am and I will become, there's nothing in my way except my own self. And once I start setting these standards at a higher and higher level, then there's going to be a ladder so tall that I can't even see the top of it. I can't even see the bottom from the top. And this isn't ego talking. This is just knowing what divine knowledge and what divine divinity can do for you. I can feel it. I know it. It's not 100% there, but I feel it. It's on its way. My state of mind is it's clearer now than it literally has ever been. Stopping drinking was the best thing I could ever have done for myself. I haven't had a drink in over 6 months now. Not one sip of alcohol. Ask me how my life has changed. Actually, I'll do a video on that. If my baby wants to do one too, because we were drunk heads together. If my baby wants to do a video too, we can do a video on that together. You guys can hear our story, how death turned into another death turned into life. It's amazing what this life can do for you if you are willing to ask for the help. It didn't just happen, right? I was asking God every day, God, how can I do this? How can this be resolved? How can I get my freaking head out of a freaking bottle of beer? How can I do that? Please show me the way. It freaking hurt so bad. Oh my God, it was so painful. Some of the worst pain I've ever been through in my life was to get me off of alcohol, to get me off of my addiction train. I was on a train toward addiction. Family members of mine that I know personally have issues with addiction. It's amazing what it will do for you when you are ready to do it. But it took me at least a year or two to ask myself, ask God, and ask the universe, I need to get out of this situation. This needs to happen immediately. It did not happen immediately. It took years. It took 2 years. But now that that's happened, the acceleration that's going on up here is not dwindled by alcohol. It's not dumbed down. And alcohol may not be your drug of choice, may not be your addiction of choice. But there is one in your mind, and it could just be the way that you talk to yourself could be your addiction of choice. The way that you talk down on yourself, that could be your addiction of choice. I don't know that, but I'd love to know. And if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. But I'm going to end it here. Sorry, I had to do a little rant. I had to get all that out. I hope that this brought you some sort of clarity in your life and that you're able to move forward today, knowing that change must happen. Must. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Change must happen. Must. And always love yourself. You have to love yourself. Otherwise, those changes that you want to happen are, they're literally farts in the wind. So I love you all so much. I pray that whoever has listened to this entire thing gained some clarity once again. And I just pray that each and every one of us can continue to live on through this life in the best way that we know possible, and to never let anything get in our way, especially ourselves. God bless you, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.